Hey, how are we all doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Shandy, and today we're doing something slightly different. So on the last video I rode to St Anne's Church, and on the way back it was such a good ride I was kicking myself all the way home thinking I should have had this recording. So today we're going to be riding back from St Anne's Church. So I've come all the way back out here. So let me hit the intro and I'll see you on the road. Right, welcome back. So I've just literally left the church and I've just realised I haven't even done up my jacket. I can just feel it all blowing on my chest. So this is the first obstacle of the journey. Let me see if I can do my zip up. It's quite hard. Must be an idiot. Go new-handed, there we go. Just whack the camera as well. There we go, nice and safe. Yeah, so the reason for doing this ride today, obviously I said it in the intro, I enjoyed this ride so much on the way home. I was tempted the further the way home last week to actually turn around and come back and then start and just do 2 videos in one day. But then I thought to myself, well, because I enjoyed it that much, then I might as well just do it all again this week. And then I've got something to talk about as well, instead of me having awkward silences or me maybe forgetting what to say and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been quite a good week this week. Obviously, day of recording this is a Saturday, so I was actually on time this week as my cold's gone, so my voice should be back to normal. And yesterday was Halloween, so it was quite a busy day yesterday. Kids are all old enough now that they don't go trick-or-treating, but a couple of them still wanted to carve the pumpkins, so they done that. It was actually quite a good turnout. The amount of trick-or-treaters this year, probably double the amount of last year. Last year was quite dead. But my boys, even though they're young, well, I say young, teenagers now. One of them's just turned a teenager. He still wanted the sweets, just didn't want to go trick-or-treating. And just got to get in that mindset now that when they're growing up, they don't want to do the stuff that they used to want to do. But yeah, some of the sceneries on this journey today, absolutely lovely. On the way down there I did get a bit overconfident on one of the corners. I'll show you in a minute. Coming into the corner, absolutely fine, but then there's loads of leaves coming out of the corner, so luckily I was able to sit the bike up, but you could feel the front tyres ever so slightly slip. Let's see. I'll pull off in a second, that'll be fine, even with the slippery leaves on the floor. But yeah, the journey today's in reverse, so we're going through Cairn, through Lynham, through Wood and Bassett, and then home. Hopefully there isn't too much traffic, because last time on the way home there was no traffic whatsoever. So sod's law it being, I'm going to be stuck behind cars most of the day today, but it's got some nice sceneries like I just said. What else has been going on? Still waiting on a mortgage. I haven't mentioned that in a couple of videos, but we're still waiting for the buyer's solicitors to contact our solicitors. But they did say it could take up to 3 months, so I'm not expecting it till probably January, February for it to actually be done with. At work's been alright. Went quite quick because I had obviously yesterday off. I booked it off for Halloween. Even though my kids are old enough, we still watch scary films. You know, I say scary, I'm so desensitized nowadays, I don't find anything really scary. Oh, look at that view, that's what I'm on about. That view there, absolutely beautiful. But yeah, what did we watch yesterday? sat down and watched the Terrifier 2. I think that's the best one out of the three. If you like scary films or gory films, because then that's scary, I find it quite amusing at some parts. But the Terrifier 2, if you got Paramount Plus, it's on there for free. If not, I don't think it's that much money now. So we watched that. Had a little girl on Battlefield 6 on the PlayStation, just chilling out. Yeah, relatively quiet. I did final bits and bobs. My oldest boy's chinos for the wedding, they were a bit too big, so I had to send them back and get some new ones. But yeah, everyone's all set now. I just got to get my boys their shoes put this week ready for the renewal next week. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. I thought it'd be more stressful than what it was. It was relatively straightforward. But yeah, oh, look at it all. Just love it. That first bit coming away from the church, like going through a tunnel, but look at all that. Let me just set up a little bit so you can see. Absolutely lovely. And it's quite peaceful out here as well. Yeah, so coming up to this corner here, I was going a bit fast, and as you can see, right next to the path, you got them leaves. Well, I definitely felt the front wheel slip a little bit. Oh, there we go, let's get over. I think you can go that way, because you're going over striped lines, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm so glad that cold is over and done with. I had some people at work that got it really bad, and they actually had time off because lost their voice, getting the sweats, and some of them were saying it could have even been COVID. But yeah, it's the worst I've been in a very long time. I hardly get ill. Like what? I might get the sniffles every now and then, but I don't actually get really ill. Touch wood. I've been at my current workplace, what, 3.5 years? Haven't taken a sick day and I've never been late. But it probably helps that it's probably 6 minutes away from my house. But the only time I really phone in sick is if I'm that dizzy I can't drive or ride my bike or drive my car. But yeah, look at all this. There's a problem. On the way here last week, there's a couple of spots of good scenery, but look at all this. I think you can see it because of where the camera's positioned. I don't know if you can see over the fence. But yeah, a bit of a delay coming to the church. For some reason, there was so much traffic going into Wood & Bassett. So I thought I'd go past Lydiard Park down the country road, but then other people had the same thought. But then it's a single track road with some lay-bys to give way, and it's inevitable that someone's going to do it where they're gridlocked, they're face to face, one of them can't reverse because there's loads of traffic behind them, and the other one can't because of the same thing. So I was stuck in that. I know I could have actually filtered through, but there was hardly any space. Oh, there's more sheep. Loving the sheep. But yeah, absolutely lovely out today. Temperature's not as cold as it's been. Though, as I always say, got my gloves on. Can't feel any wind. Such a good purchase, these gloves. But yeah, coming back this way last week, I was lucky enough not to have one bit of traffic all the way home. Obviously we've got some now, but at least it helps me not speed into Cairns. I didn't even need a sat-nav this time. I actually got here without needing it. What was a bonus, because you know what my sense of direction's like. Absolutely horrendous. But yeah, it's been okay. There was a tiny little rain cloud on the way, but it was alright. It was only a quick dribble. I do like this bit of road here as well. It's quite bumpy. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but the council's idea of fixing the road is just put some road signs up saying the road's bumpy instead of actually fixing it. Oh yeah, good job. But yeah, it hasn't been too bad this week. There's a couple of days that it's rained, but look, you can't beat sceneries like that. Coming out on the weekend, weather's alright. Didn't get a bike and odd then, done it too late. But that was another thing, there's been a lot of bikes out today. I had 6 bike and odds in the space of what, 25 minutes coming to the church. It's just so nice. But with it being a weekend, there's going to be a lot of traffic and a lot of vans. I just like this route. But yeah, I thought there would be more traffic, obviously being a Saturday, but oh, look at that lovely dog. That's a problem as well. I've got a fat lip because this morning Loki, the Hungarian Vizsla, thought he'd have a little play with me. So I was holding him, my fault, and he ended up headbutting my lip. He was absolutely oblivious. He didn't realise he'd done it. He was just carry on playing, and I was thought, ow. Yeah, he's still a puppy though. He's what, 7 months old? So he enjoyed the trick-or-treaters yesterday as well. He had to go to the door and investigate. Luckily, he wasn't too scared of the costume, so he didn't bark at anyone. But he's quite a chilled out dog. The only time he barks is when we're on dog walks and he goes past another dog and he's waggy tail, very happy, but he only barks if the dog barks at him first. And there's this one dog and owner on this route, quite frustrating. I think it's is it a Cocker Spaniel? The little orange and white dogs. Well, he can't control it, even though it's a small dog. Every time we walk past, he has to try and get off the path, and the dog's yanking and he's talking to it like it's his best friend. Like, it probably is his best friend, but there's no assertiveness or no training there. And the dog is just constantly trying to launch out my 2 dogs, because obviously the wife, she's got a little Jackapoo, also a Jack Russell with curly fur. I can't see, the van's in the way. Getting the right gear, that'll do. Oh, clutch control, Shandy. Yeah, so go off topic. But yeah, that's the only time Loki barks, is when other dogs bark. But we got these lovely Dobermans, because I used to have a Doberman before. Unfortunately, she died early in the year. They're never on the lead, but they're so well trained that they're oblivious. When we walk past, my dog's like, oh, has a little sniff, and these Dobermans, so lovely. They just have a little sniff and then that's it. Look at that. I know you saw a little glance of it last time, but look at that bike, that's well cool, isn't it? But yeah, scenery here, nice opened up. Oh yeah, last night, after the trick-or-treaters, had a little bit of Southern Comfort. I do like my Southern Comfort. And walked the dogs, chilled out. I actually had the heating on for the first time this year, because it was a little bit cold. But I was reading the book, the heating was on 22. I felt like I was dozing off. So absolutely warm in the house, so it was actually a relief when we went out and walked the dogs, because I actually got some fresh air. We put the temperature down, but yeah, it was nice and warm last night in the house. But today, even though it's clear skies with a slight bit of overcast, it's not too cold. I've still got a thermal liner on my jacket, but my trousers, yeah, didn't wear the trackies this time. so it's nice and breezy, and trousers are quite loose. What's nice, the only bit that's restricting is the knees, but that's where the knee pads are and my hip pads. But definitely want them in. I don't think I feel confident enough like some people riding their bike with just trackies on or shorts. I couldn't do it, I'd be too paranoid. I know it's really like a false sense of security, isn't it, wearing these trousers and gear, because, well, at 30 mile an hour you probably hardly hurt yourself just getting the right gear. But it's a higher speeds, I know it's more for the slide, isn't it? But yeah, being experienced, I've had one comment where one of the viewers saying that he wants to do the CBT, but he's a little bit older. But I did message back and I talk a little bit about it. I find it as, well, you're more experienced, because I've been driving my car since I was, what, 18 years I've been driving my car. So without even thinking about it, I'm scanning all the other riders and drivers on the road, because you know the consequences when you're young and you're driving. You're not really thinking a couple of steps ahead of you, like the future. You're really just thinking in the moment. Like, you think, oh, that car's coming, what is he doing? You're not thinking, oh, I've got the right of way, I'm just going to go anyway. Because the consequences is, if I come off my bike, potentially lose my job, depending how long I'm off. And then you're buying a house, you've got kids, you've got commitments. So I find it more as, yeah, well, what? The worst side of 30, 37, and I find it more as experience, because you know, we don't really know what the other driver or rider's going to do, but you know the consequences. That's what I'm trying to say. Ah, that one looks like a library, that little red phone box. So what have we had? We've had one with flowers in on one of my rides. We've now had that one with loads of books in, like a library. And I've seen one with a defibrillator inside. But the defibrillator one I don't get, because if someone was having a heart attack, you can't just go up and grab the defibrillator. You still have to know who's got the key or how to even use it, and the majority of people, I know, is self-explanatory on the defibrillators on how to use it. But high stress situation and you need to use it, you're not really going to be thinking straight, because you're not used to it, are you? Look at that. Lynham, beautiful. These have got to be all like the marriage quarters, isn't it? For the people that work at Lynham. Absolutely lovely round here. This is the road I like. I was bombing through it on the way home last time, but taking it more casual, you can just relax, can't you? Have a look over, look at the scenery. Like I keep saying, like a broken record now through my videos. Double check my camera's still attached to my helmet. Yeah, definitely them speed markers are definitely made for cars, aren't they? All my speedo's just completely wrong, because it's saying I'm going 8 mile an hour faster on my speedo than what the clock says. Oh, stretch out my back a little bit. Yeah, no detours today, hopefully. I don't know whether to go through Wooden Basset because of the amount of traffic there was. I don't know if it's roadworks or what, but yeah, it's quite annoying on the way home last time because there's a person right where that black car's coming now, so they've got right away coming from the right in a van, this woman in a red van. So I stop, look up, and she sat there on her phone. I'm like, really? At a roundabout on your phone, not even paying attention. I would say typical woman, but that's a bit sexist, isn't it? Oh, look at this tractor. Like I said before, imagine being a farmer. I wouldn't want to be it in this country. Weather's horrendous. But then how do the Americans do it? They must have like water pipes that go underneath the fields. But then does that affect the growth? Because you get places like Texas, it's just hot all the time, isn't it? So they're going to constantly have droughts like we have where I'm from. We had what, nice weather for 2 weeks, and they've still got the hose pipe ban on since July. It's like 3 months hose pipe ban for 2 weeks, and you think, alright, well done. What, they're not going to do it until spring now, is it? But that's what I don't get, because they say it's a hose pipe ban, and say you've got a well-maintained garden, you're going to use the tap to fill up a watering can, aren't you? So what's the difference? Because you're going to be using the same amount of water. It's just going to take longer. It's just stupid. My rant over for the day. Yeah, I ain't got really anything much planned the rest of the day. The other half's gone to work, and I thought I'd come out nice and early today. Enjoy the ride. It's a good start of the day. I've actually had a good couple of days. I was a bit confused when I woke up this morning because I was thinking, why is my wife laying next to me? It's Sunday, she should be at work by now, because I'm not used to having a Friday off if I'm working the weekend, if I got the weekend off. Obviously I booked it off for Halloween, so it was that moment I'm thinking, why is she still laying next to me? And then it comes to it and you think, ah, nice, it's Saturday, it's not Sunday, so I'll get an extra day. So yeah, it's going to be a chilled out day today. Not much housework to do. The boys done the washing up yesterday, so they'll just do their own thing now. They either go out or they're on their games, so I just get left alone. And the wife being at work, I just read a little bit of my book, watch a bit of TV and be a little bit lazy. Well, for how busy I've been recently, I think I deserve that, but then, I don't know. There is some good old-fashioned churches and that. They just missed one through the wooded area, and I never noticed it before, but yeah, it is nice here. A little bit windier today though, as you can tell by the intro, my hair being everywhere. Another thing, the wife wants me to cut it before the renewal, but I'm liking growing it, so I don't know. I might have a little trim on the sides and the back just to tidy it up a bit. But I think I'm going through a midlife crisis at the moment where I want to grow it, because I've always had it short, shaven on the sides, and probably about 1 to 2 inches on top. But I think it's midlife crisis time where I want to grow it. Well, luckily I'm not thinning, so it is naturally thin, my hair anyway, because you get some people with thick hair. Mine's actually quite thin. So when I was younger, when I was like 16, 17 and I used to have a Mohican, all you could really see was the scalp because it was naturally thin. Yeah, I haven't made up my mind what I'm going to do today. Well, I'm going to edit this video and get it uploaded ready for tomorrow. Other than that, it's just going to be a nice chilled out day, and this is starting off to be a good weekend. I can't really count yesterday as the weekend because it was Friday, but that was a good day. Busy, Went out, must have been about 9:30 in the morning, because the wife's car's gearbox is playing up. So I changed the flywheel and clutch last year. That's all been bled, nice. But she's been having troubles getting it into gear every now and then. It's like intermittent. So she had a gearbox oil change done yesterday. We took the car off in the morning. Then she went and got her nails done, so I thought I'd go and have a nice breakfast at the Savoy. Breakfast! So while she had the nails done, I had a full English breakfast with a nice pint of orange juice. What was lovely. Then I got myself a new book. I thought, well, I can then read that in the nail salon. I thought, well, coming up to the renewal, I'll get the wife some new earrings. So I got some nice new earrings from H. Samuels. So she was happy with that. But then I absolutely forgot, because my wife does her own nails, and some of the solution the women use absolutely stink. I mean, it is horrendous. I completely forgot about that smell until I went in the nail salon and it was absolutely packed. And it nearly makes your eyes water. It's that strong. No wonder the people that do the nails always wears a face mask, because it absolutely stunk in there. It's unbelievable. So I read a little bit of the book. Went home, chilled out for a little while, and then went and got the cakes for the wedding. So that was like the final piece to do, other than the boys' shoes. That was it. As we was out getting the cake, we timed it just right. The garage phoned and said the car was ready for collection. We'd done that. The boys then had a pizza, and then it was the trick-or-treaters. What was quite good. And then a little bit of a drinking. Battlefield 6 last night. Well, that sounded a bit funky, that bike's brakes, doesn't it? But yeah, it being a weekend, it'll probably be a little bit busy here, but then you've got traffic lights up here. Let me pop up my lid. Getting a bit warm now, and there's me losing balance as I do it. I'm not going to filter this bit. I'll just cut it and I'll be back in a minute. You know what, I was going to cut it out, but I'm going to filter. We've hardly moved since that red light. So I'll just come up and I'll squeeze in here. Hopefully you let me in. Nice. But yeah, I don't know if it's the coach, but there you go. First bit of filtering on camera. Another traffic light. Let's do a bit more filtering. Let's get overconfident now. As long as I stay on this side of the road, it's fine, isn't it? I know, we're still moving. No, bottled it. Oh well. Oh, got the first time filtering on camera. This is a nice little village, a Royal Wooden Basset. It's not the type of shops I would go and use. Well, that's a nice little Toyota, isn't it? You touch wood, I haven't slipped out of gear, so I think it is just me being an idiot when I'm changing gears. Yeah, don't know what it is, I'm very achy today. I don't know why, because I don't like I've been doing anything strenuous to cause me to ache. Probably just me getting old. Yeah, I have noticed, like here, I got fuel for, probably the 4th time since I've had this bike, so, I'm on 1134 miles, so I got it dead on 30 miles, this bike. So I've done 1104 miles, and that was the 4th time, I believe, filling it up. So I absolutely brimmed it, and do I get a biker nod? Nice. First one on camera today. Yeah, I brimmed it, so it's going to give me about 400 miles. But it was £10.8p. That's good, isn't it? I know it's going to be completely different when you get the larger bikes. I just don't see why younger people don't just do it. Just get a nice little 125 to commute to work. So cheap. But then, if a lot more people done it, there'd probably be more accidents on the road. And then the insurance would go up and it'd be an absolute nightmare. Yeah, get a lot more comfortable on the tyres. That nice little lean. Absolutely love it. Probably funny because if I go back to my first video, I was hardly ever leaning because I didn't have no confidence in the tyres, and I always thought I'd just fall over. But then on some roundabouts I love just leaning in, and what's the worst that happen? You slide off, but you're getting like 15-20 mile an hour, so with all the gear on you might get a slight bump. But touch wood, it's not going to kill you, is it? If you just fall sideways, it'd just be a dull moment. But, ooh, bouncy. But, oh, look, that view again. Yeah, you got Fox Hill, and then you go up and go across, and that'll take you to Marlborough Forest. It's all local places I usually go. Well, I need to expand where I go, because I'm gonna have to get to a point where I'm gonna have to make it a day of it. Like, look at these tractors, and actually go further. But yeah, look at that scenery, absolutely beautiful. Cut that out. I like that. You see that? That pub's called the Sally's Pussies. Amusing. How'd you explain that? Where you going, Sally's Pussies? The what? Yeah, I know the video's a little bit different today. I've done a couple coming home from somewhere, but it's more of just a basic ride today. There's no history involved, and it's just straightforward. I just enjoy this ride. Another Baikonur, beautiful. You know I like my Baikonurs. I'll say it every video after every Baikonur. It's nice. Yeah, coming back home. I'm debating whether to go out again tomorrow, because it is a lovely day. Oh, I could have gone forward. I would have pulled off a lot better than that. Going a bit slow. Now it wants to speed up. I don't get it with drivers that do that. They put off really slow, then when people want to overtake them, they go and match your speed. That was been my main concern with filtering. If people are going to get frustrated when you go past them and they think, well, I've been in this traffic for a while, why do you get to go past me? And they try and block you. Let's just get past this Honda. Absolutely nice ride today, wasn't it? It's nice and straightforward. I enjoyed chatting to you lot today. It's a lot different to my earlier videos where it was a struggle to really talk to you lot, so I'm getting used to it. A nice, oh look at that lean, love it. Right, so you know what time it's for, usually when I get to this part. So I am going to call that a day. I hope you enjoyed the ride and the chatting, leave in the comments how you think it went, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.